Are you constantly asking yourself, is it time to end this? Do you feel stuck, unhappy, and unsure if you should stay or go? Today, we're tackling the uncomfortable but crucial truth about when to walk away from a relationship, why it's not only okay, but brave, and how to reclaim your happiness. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Relationship and Hookup Compass. I'm your host, Chloe, and today we're navigating one of the most challenging yet ultimately liberating journeys in the landscape of love, knowing when to end a relationship. We're talking about when to walk away, how to know if it's over, and why it's not just okay, but often essential to make that brave decision. It's a question that keeps so many of us up at night, isn't it? Should I stay or should I go? We invest so much of ourselves into our relationships, our time, our emotions, our dreams for the future. And because of that investment, the idea of ending a relationship can feel like a monumental failure, a personal defeat. But I'm here to tell you right off the bat that deciding to end a relationship when it's no longer serving you is not a failure. It's an act of profound self-love and self-preservation. Think about it. How many of us have stayed in relationships far longer than we should have, clinging to the idea of what once was or what we hoped it could be? We ignore the red flags, we rationalize the pain, and we convince ourselves that things will get better. But sometimes they don't. And that's when the question of when to end it becomes not just important, but urgent. Let's dive into some of the key indicators that a relationship might be past its expiration date. These aren't just minor bumps in the road. These are often deeply ingrained issues that, left unaddressed, can chip away at your well-being. 1. Persistent unhappiness and lack of joy. Remember the early days? The laughter, the excitement, the sheer joy of being with your partner? If that feeling has been replaced by a consistent sense of dread, sadness, or simply a dull ache, it's a significant sign. We're not talking about fleeting disagreements. We're talking about a pervasive lack of happiness. Are you happy in your relationship? Be honest with yourself. If the answer is consistently no, it's a crucial indicator. Relationship dissatisfaction is a powerful red flag. 2. Erosion of trust and respect. Trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. If trust has been broken, whether through infidelity, dishonesty, or consistent betrayals, and genuine efforts to rebuild it have failed, the foundation is crumbling. Similarly, mutual respect is non-negotiable. If you feel constantly belittled, dismissed, or that your opinions and feelings are not valued, that's a serious problem. Lack of respect in a relationship is a deal breaker. 3. Communication breakdown. Healthy communication isn't just about talking. It's about truly hearing and understanding each other. If your conversations are consistently devolving into arguments, accusations, or worse, silence, you have a communication problem. Do you feel unheard? Does your partner refuse to engage in meaningful discussions? Poor communication in relationships can create an insurmountable chasm. 4. Unresolved core conflicts. Every couple has disagreements. But are you repeatedly fighting about the same fundamental issues with no resolution in sight? These could be about finances, family, future goals, or fundamental values. If you've tried to work through these issues, perhaps even with professional help, and still find yourselves at an impasse, it indicates fundamental incompatibility. Sometimes people are just not aligned on the big things. 5. Feeling constantly drained and exhausted. Relationships should ideally energize you, not deplete you. If being with your partner leaves you feeling emotionally, mentally, or even physically drained, it's a huge warning sign. This often happens in toxic relationships where there's constant drama, manipulation, or emotional abuse. Emotional exhaustion in relationships is a serious indicator that something is wrong. 6. Lack of support and growth. A healthy partner wants to see you thrive. They support your dreams, celebrate your successes, and offer comfort during your struggles. If your partner is holding you back, discouraging your growth, or even actively undermining your aspirations, it's not a supportive partnership. Unsupportive partner signs are a clear indicator of a problem. 7. You're walking on eggshells. Do you constantly feel like you need to censor yourself, measure your words, or hide parts of yourself to avoid your partner's anger or disapproval? This creates an environment of fear and anxiety, not love and acceptance. Fear in a relationship or feeling like you can't be your authentic self is a major red flag. 8. Codependency and loss of self. In some relationships, one or both partners become so enmeshed that they lose their individual identity. If you no longer recognize yourself, if your entire life revolves around your partner, and if your happiness is solely dependent on them, you're in a codependent relationship. This is unsustainable and unhealthy. Losing yourself in a relationship is a sign it's time to reevaluate. Repeated attempts at change have failed. Perhaps you've tried everything: talking, counseling, setting boundaries. You've expressed your concerns, your needs, and your pain. If, despite all your efforts, nothing fundamentally changes and you're stuck in the same destructive patterns, it's a strong indication that the relationship may be beyond repair. When efforts to fix a relationship fail, it's time to consider alternatives. Now let's address the elephant in the room: the fear of ending a relationship. It's terrifying. You might be afraid of loneliness. The idea of being alone again can be daunting, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship. The unknown. What will life be like without them? Hurting your partner. No one wants to intentionally cause pain. Wasting time. Feeling like you've invested so much and it's all been for nothing. Societal pressure. The pressure to stay together, especially if you're married or have children. Financial implications. Practical concerns can often keep people stuck. These fears are valid, but they should not dictate your well-being. Here's why walking away from a relationship is not just okay, but often the most courageous and necessary step you can take. 1. Prioritizing your mental and emotional health. Your well-being is paramount. Staying in a relationship that drains you, disrespects you, or makes you unhappy will inevitably take a toll on your mental and emotional health. Prioritizing self-care means recognizing when a situation is detrimental to your peace. Emotional well-being in relationships is non-negotiable. 2. Creating space for something better. You cannot welcome new, healthier love into your life if you're clinging to something that no longer serves you. By ending an unhealthy relationship, you create space for a partnership that aligns with your values, respects your boundaries, and genuinely contributes to your happiness. Making space for healthy relationships is a powerful outcome of walking away. 3. Reclaiming your identity and autonomy. Many unhealthy relationships lead to a loss of self. Walking away allows you to rediscover who you are outside of that partnership. It's an opportunity to rebuild your confidence, pursue your passions, and define your own path. Reclaiming identity after breakup is a transformative journey. 4. Breaking unhealthy cycles. If you're stuck in a repetitive pattern of conflict, manipulation, or unhappiness, ending the relationship breaks that cycle. This is especially crucial if there are children involved, as they learn relationship dynamics from observing their parents. Breaking toxic relationship patterns is vital for your future and for modeling healthy boundaries. 5. Self-respect and self-love. Choosing to leave a situation that diminishes you is an ultimate act of self-respect. It sends a clear message to yourself: I deserve better. This act of self-love is foundational for all future relationships, including the one you have with yourself. Self-love and relationships go hand in hand. You can't truly love another if you don't love and respect yourself first. 6. Enabling growth for both parties. Sometimes ending a relationship, even a difficult one, can be a catalyst for growth for both individuals. It forces both parties to reflect, learn from their mistakes, and embark on their own healing journeys. Personal growth after breakup is a common and powerful phenomenon. So you've made the decision. Now what? Ending a relationship gracefully, or as gracefully as possible, involves a few key steps. 1. Prepare yourself emotionally. This isn't an easy conversation. Take time to process your feelings, perhaps talk to a trusted friend or therapist. Understand why you're making this decision and what you hope to achieve. Emotional preparation for breakup is crucial. 2. Choose the right time and place. Ideally, find a private, neutral space where you can have an uninterrupted conversation. Avoid public places, highly emotional moments, or times when either of you is stressed or distracted. 3. Be clear, direct, and kind. Deliver the message clearly and directly. Avoid blaming or getting into an argument. Use I statements to express your feelings and reasons. For example, I've come to realize that this relationship is no longer healthy for me, rather than you always make me feel terrible. Be honest but compassionate. Effective breakup communication is about clarity and kindness. 4. Set boundaries for the aftermath. Discuss practicalities if necessary, living arrangements, finances. Shared possessions and contact going forward. It's often best to have no contact after breakup for a period to allow for healing, especially in the early stages. 5. Seek support. Lean on your support system, friends, family, or a therapist. This is a grieving process, and you don't have to go through it alone. Support system after breakup is vital for healing. 6. Allow yourself to grieve. Even if you initiated the breakup, you will likely experience grief. Allow yourself to feel the sadness, anger, confusion, and relief. It's all part of the healing journey. Grief after a breakup is normal and necessary. 7. Focus on yourself. This is your time to heal, rediscover, and rebuild. Engage in activities you love, pursue new interests, and focus on self-care. Healing after a breakup takes time and intentional effort. All right, let's quickly recap the essential points we've covered today on Relationship and Hukup Compass. We talked about the immense pressure we feel to stay in relationships, but how ending a relationship can be an act of profound self-love. We explored the key red flags indicating it might be time to walk away: persistent unhappiness, erosion of trust and respect, communication breakdown, unresolved core conflicts, feeling constantly drained, lack of support, walking on eggshells, codependency, and repeated failed attempts at change. Then, we delved into why walking away is okay and necessary, highlighting the importance of prioritizing your mental and emotional health, creating space for something better, reclaiming your identity, breaking unhealthy cycles, acts of self-respect and self-love, and enabling growth for both parties. Finally, we touched on the process of ending a relationship, emphasizing emotional preparation, choosing the right time and place, clear and kind communication, setting boundaries, seeking support, allowing yourself to grieve, and focusing on yourself for healing. Remember, recognizing when a relationship has run its course is a strength, not a weakness. It takes immense courage to acknowledge that something isn't working and to choose a path that truly serves your highest good. All right, legends. If you got some value from this chat, smash that like button to show some love. And hey, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, or share the best advice on when to walk away that you've ever received or given. Let's swap some wisdom in the comments. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? Hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss a juicy wisdom of our love, dating, and relationship talks. Trust me, you're going to want to be here for what's coming next. Also, don't forget to share it with a sister, your younger self, who needs this. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Stay bold, stay kind, and remember, love favors the brave. Catch you in the next one.